How's it going, you guys? It's Bryce with Suds Go Mobile Car Wash and Detailing. About 2 years ago, I posted a video of my trailer setup, which is behind me. This trailer was my pride and joy, man. I dumped my heart and soul into it. That video has reached over 125,000 views, I believe, at this point. And my business is growing, which is super exciting, and I needed to grow into another setup. This time I decided to go with the van. So as you can see from behind me, I decided to go with a Ford Transit Connect. This is an older model van. It's a 2013 with the high top, not the long bed. And when I originally started planning everything out, I thought to myself, is everything going to fit? And sure enough, as I took my measurements, I knew it was going to be tight. But guys, I am super pumped and stoked with how this turned out. So let me flip my camera around and I'll show you what I did. All right, you guys, so just like in my trailer, I ended up deciding to go with the detail wall because it has helped speed up my time, help improve efficiencies. And so I thought with my van, I've got to do the same thing. Everybody knows me by my setups. They recognize me as soon as I open up my back door. So I put in another detail wall. So I've got my vacuum hose reel here, electrical reel, air hose reel. Of course, I've got all of my most used tools on quick disconnects. For the air hose, this is for my my foamer that I use, connects into here. Everything is push to connect. My pressure washer tip here. And I've got my trusty Tornador. Of course, we've got the wand over here on the side. Foam cannon holder here. Everything is on a remote. And when I originally designed this van, I was planning on building this wall going from the bottom all the way up to the top. But at Home Depot, those plywood boards are only 48 inches wide. And so right there is 48 inches. And I decided to stop it there because a couple of reasons. I didn't want to add another little teeny tiny trim piece up at the top. I kind of like how it's flush across the top and across the bottom. Plus, there ended up being an unintended consequence, a good consequence of leaving that open. I'm watching a lot of RVs, semi-trucks, buses, and check this out, guys. I can fit a whole entire pole up across the top there. It's super convenient, grab and go, and I could put, in fact, several poles up here if I wanted to. For those of you who've been following my channel, you know, one of the things that I learned early on in my detailing business is how expensive it was to run spot-free water because deionized resin is so dang pricey, especially if you're using a straight resin system like the CR Spotless, DI Rinse, Rinse and Go. There's a lot of different systems out on the market right now where you put hard water in and clean water comes out. They work great. The problem is the resin doesn't last very long because 80% of the country has what is considered hard water. So when you have hard water going through resin, it depletes it really, really fast. Guys, I was spending a ton of money on resin until I got a phone call one day from a guy named Jerry. And me and Jerry have ended up becoming really, really good friends. Anyways, he taught me a better way to make spot-free water. And so what I've done is I've created a system behind me here called the Spotless Water Booster. which basically strips out about 90 up to 98% of all the dissolved solids that's in our water. So let's say, for example, my hard water here in Arizona is around 400 parts per million. I can strip that back from 400 down to 12, down to 9 parts per million, depending on the time of year and the weather outside. Right now, I'm getting around 12 parts per million. When you take 12 parts per million and you put that into your clean water, it allows your resin to stretch way longer. Guys, I went from getting 400 gallons of spot-free water off of the CR Spotless to 10,000 gallons on 1 cubic foot of resin. Absolutely incredible. So of course, I had to put another spot-free water system in my detailing van. One of the things that has transformed my business is this guy right here, because I can filter spot-free water on demand wherever I'm at, as long as I'm connected to a water source. So let me show you how this works. So right here is my little jumper hose. This is what I connect my hose to my customer's water source, and the other end goes right here. This is my feed. The water goes in, filters through several filters here, goes through a pump, which then pressurizes my RO filter that allows me to drop my TDS from 400 down to 12 parts per million. This right here is the deionized resin cartridge. This is much smaller than what I offer in my pre-built system, which comes on a custom wall plate. Guys, I was limited on space, and so I had to go with what would fit, which is not a problem because I'm still gonna get 1,000+ gallons out of that teeny tiny reservoir, which is incredible. This is the switch just to turn my system on and off. And I've got my pressure washer gun as well on a quick disconnect. I've got it right next to the pressure washer reel, which makes things really easy. One hand, remove, and then I can connect it into my hose, and away I go. I recessed the wall just a little bit, made it easier so that when I close these doors here, everything fits. One unique thing about the Spotless Water Booster is it relies on reverse osmosis as the heavy lifter. And for those of you who may not be familiar with RO, the way it works is anything that is bigger than a water molecule cannot fit through the RO membrane. That is what I'm calling the hard water. Anything smaller than a water molecule can fit through the RO membrane. That's the clean water. That's the stuff that we want to hold on to. So wastewater goes out one line and clean water goes out another. The clean water is going into my tank. So my tank is always filled with 0 parts per million spot-free water, whereas it's pulling out all of the hard water, the dissolved solids, that goes out a waistline, which is this guy right here. This is my waistline. This is the water that is highly concentrated in dissolved solids. So what I've done is I've added about 20 feet of water line here. So if I'm at a customer's house and I need to purify water, I just take that waistline hose, I undo it, and I'll coil it out to a customer's tree, their plants, their bushes, whatever. I'll water their plants while I'm making spot-free water. This system will produce 1 gallon of spot-free water for every 2 gallons wasted. And if you look at the systems that are underneath people's kitchen sinks, that is actually pretty dang incredible. You know, the RO systems that are under kitchen sinks will waste 4 gallons of water, up to 4 gallons, some of them even more than that, to make only 1 gallon. So this is a commercial system, and the wastewater to clean water ratio is actually pretty dang fantastic. You know, the other cool thing about this system is it will do approximately 2 gallons per minute. So if you have a 50-gallon water tank like I have in the back of my van, it takes 20 minutes to fill it up. If you've got a 100-gallon water tank, it's gonna take you about 40 to 45 minutes. So it really is pretty dang cool how quick you can make spot-free water. Got some bottle holders here on the grates and some bins for just my miscellaneous tools that I use the most. Take you around to the side here. I've got a Predator 3500 generator on slide outs. This is from one of my good friends, Tony Ralda at Ralda's Details. If you need a generator slide out, go to Tony Ralda because his slide outs are fantastic. Pretty cool. Taking you inside, I've got my air compressor, the Desiderio Plus. That is a steamer, an extraction machine, and a vacuum, all in one. It's pretty awesome. And then with the vacuum, I decided to go with the VacMaster Beast, which, by the way, this thing pulls a ton of suction. I would absolutely recommend it to anyone who needs a good vacuum. I've got a 50-gallon water tank in my setup, and this right here, you guys, I bolted this tank straight through the floor. So this tank is not going anywhere. However, for some added safety, I also added what I'm calling a breaker bar here, which is bolted into the frame of this van on both sides. So, heaven forbid I get into an accident. This is just an extra precautionary measure to keep that tank from hitting me in the driver's side seat. Over here, we got a partition. We've got the Incredipull. I love using this when I'm out doing details. This is the hose that I use when I'm at my client's house to filter water. And by the way, you guys, these heavy duty Rapid straps are fantastic. I got these stainless steel hooks that have an adhesive on the back that just stick to metal or any flat, smooth surface. And then I've got everything on these stainless steel clamps. Make it easy to grab and go. This is the steamer hose that goes to the Desiderio Plus. And this is the steamer and vacuum suction hose that goes to the Desiderio Plus. So I can steam and extract seats at the same time. Just a couple of magnetic spray bottle holders that I put trim shine and visible glass and some of the other chemicals that I use a lot. This is a dirty towel bin where I put my dirty towels. Got some in there from earlier today. I got this cool little bag from Harbor Freight, which I take with me out to different cars as I'm cleaning. Got my bucket fueling station on a pump, and it's drawing from the same line as the pressure washer. So there's only one hole in this tank that was drilled, and it's supplying water to my Kranzla pressure washer. And then I decided to tee it off and pull from the same line to feed my pump. That saved me from drilling another hole in my tank. I didn't have to do that. So in order to engage the pump, all I have to do is push this down and water starts flowing out of this at 3.3 gallons per minute, which is pretty dang cool. After detailing for a couple of years, I also ended up learning that I don't need a 5-gallon bucket. And so I decided to downsize to a 3.5-gallon bucket, and these SureHold buckets are amazing. They come with a really heavy-duty rope handle, and you use less water on a job because you're not having to fill up a bucket as much. And I don't know, I really like these 3.5-gallon buckets. They work fantastic. Got the IK foamer. This is dedicated for wheels and tires. And of course I went with the Swiss Trax flooring in the back of my van here and also over here. Turned out looking super clean, super awesome. Got my new seat covers in today, help protect these seats. But anyways, that's the van, guys. I'm done. It took me about 4 weeks to build this out, but I am super happy with how it turned out. I've already used it on a couple of details, and I gotta tell you, I think I like the van better than I like the trailer. even though this is my baby, and I'm going to continue to use the trailer setup, you guys. Man, the functionality and the convenience of a van is just fantastic. You know, I'm getting like 8 to 9 miles to the gallon towing that trailer in my truck. That van is getting me like 23 miles to the gallon. So when I have to travel a little bit further, of course, I love taking the van. It fits in different areas a whole lot easier, especially like apartment complexes and things like that. But my goal and my plan now is to use both of them. I've got some larger contracts that have been coming in that is going to require running 2 setups at the same time. So I'll bring one of my guys out with me, and we will be able to do twice as many cars that we used to be able to do. So trailer will come and the van will come on the really, really big jobs, which I'm really, really excited for. So guys, what do you think? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. You know, what do you think of this setup? I like it. I think it turned out awesome. Really, really happy with it. You know, I've got my card reader here to collect payment, and of course a speaker just to listen to some music while I'm not detailing cars. Guys, if you are interested in wanting to learn more about how a spot-free water system like the Spotless Water Booster can benefit your business and help save you money and time, please go to www.spotlesswaterguy.com. I've got a ton of information about this system behind me. Or give me a phone call at 844-783-7646. Would be happy to chat with you about how something like this can help you in your business. Guys, I hope you're having a great day. Thank you again for watching my videos. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. If you got anything out of this video, would you do me a favor? Subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell notification so you guys get alerted as soon as I drop videos. But thank you so much. Seriously, so much love from me. Thank you for all of your comments and just being a part of this journey as I've been growing my detailing business. Guys, I hope you're having a great day, and we will see you on the next one.